Alright, welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. We got some shit done on our last playthrough. Yeah, look at all this. We can keep ourselves topped off condition-wise for a minute. We got a full thing of stabilizer. We got mushrooms growing. Spores, Matsutake caps. We can feed ourselves. We're solid. We got hella money. All right. Enter the greenway. Let the seed grow. So we're kind of knocking out the working for Rabia. I think the last time we played, we got like a tape recorder, like taped to a wall in the low end, and it was Sabine had recorded a message for us saying that she would get back to us soon. So I think I left off with one little notch to go. So we're gonna collect our tithes and complete this. Hopefully get a scrap in the process. And we did. Okay. I hope I can continue to do that, honestly. This time you meet inside Rabia's office. Although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are two low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she is missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. "Updates?" she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. "Nothing to worry yourself with." "Sorry, Don't be. I'm sure you've been on the receiving end of more invasive stares than I ever have." You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight-backed. "Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward." She smiles. "Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done." "I wanted to see for myself." She raises an eyebrow. "See what for yourself?" "If the stories are true." "I see." Rabia flexes her neck side to side. "And the conclusion?" "Still deciding." "Well, Sleeper," Rabia says teasingly, "please keep us updated on any progress." She smiles a thin smile. "Joking aside, I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee." She looks at you solemnly. "That is why you have come to us." "Oh shit." "Enough, Rabia." Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. "I am tired of listening to your affected nobility." They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Rabia looks between the two of you. "I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two." She looks strangely unfazed. "I'm staying silent." Sabine pauses, thrown off by your silence. "Oh, shit." Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, fainting past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton toward their chest. They freeze there. Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. "Stop!" "Then you support them?" Rabia asks you, her eyes not leaving Sabine. "Your loyalties are so easily swayed." "I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia." Sabine spits back. "Are you not able to think for yourself?" Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she is about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, She throws Sabine down instead, then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. Rabia, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breath as if they had forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers will come down here and take them away? Rabia cracks her neck. You are lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right, she shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabine props himself up on their elbows and fixes Rabia with a hard stare. You have something to say? Rabia taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity. Because after this, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yadigan project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, and decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them. At least for now. When I came here from Essenarp, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. You take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for Essenarp long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you were my final friend. What you should know is that I left Essenarp because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. Essenarp wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could, to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabia interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are Essenarp. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you, and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of Essenarp. Rabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away, in exchange. Rabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yadigan enforcers, using you as test subjects for Essenarp technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. God. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, causing cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in, and she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabia through the manifests and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye and something passes between you, something like a thank you, or a sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Okay. 3 cycles. What is happening here? Hey, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we'll have a new drive here soon. Give me one quick second. What can we get done here? So we got a couple more cycles till this comes back. We can get another ship mine, which would be huge. Give us enough. Unit assembly. I don't know. Should I start doing this? Will they make me, I wonder? Will they make me leave? I love that you get 2 of these for the price of 1. Shit is just too good. Alright. Caster's table. Oh yeah, we finished this out. We can't use it anymore. Should we just get more spores? I don't know. We can sell Matsutake's here, ship mines here. We can buy ship mines here. What do they need? Engineering, okay. Interfacing, we can use 2. The engineering gets a scrap. Why don't we, here, let's do 2. Oh shit, hold on. I want to go up this. I need to make sure there's nothing else up here. Oh. We're an engineer. We're doing this. Let's knock it out. Why not? Oh, we can hit them all, dude. Yeah. That's what's up. 2 for this. What is this gonna give us, though? You start to draw connections from manifest to manifest, noting the patterns and flows. There's something beautiful in the chaos. Word? Okay. Spacer sleeping birds? What? Spacer bar? Oh, okay. I was thinking spacer. I mixed that up. I thought it was sleeper for a second. Rent a capsule for 48? Fuck that, dude. Gimbal lounge. Buy a spacer meal. Bliss. Oh, cool. Alright, ship mechanic on the hub. No way, Moritz. You take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, someone who you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you! Out there! The same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Who, me? Everyone on this station is looking for work. Get in here! The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She is floating in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Alright then. She deftly moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up. Then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with the wrench. Whole thing is twisted as shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. Is this your bay? It is for now, yeah? Whether I like it or not. She looks at you, like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quick by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it with a precise whack. Okay. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand down from deep inside the unit, and out it comes clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks where a catalog of parts sits secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. M2 converter? You grab the part and push back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm and you pass it over. The converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect, you passed. She straightens up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. I'd be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. Am I about to get fucking scammed? An investment? Exactly. Partners. Straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She manages a smile. I get it. Thanks. She meets your eye. I appreciate it. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave. As you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. Okay. Okay. A scam or an opportunity? Bliss seems solid enough, and this might be your best chance to get in on the hub's repair trade. We'll do this. Bliss is incredibly grateful. I'll pay you back every chit, I promise you. You guess you two are partners now. That's competitive repair market. Where's my fucking money? Alright. Hopefully we get our money back. Dorms. There we go. And the cycle. Oh, we didn't eat. Shit. Okay. How much help Bliss compete? How much? What am I saying? Or exchange. Damn, what was I just thinking? We can cook. Oh yeah, that's what it was. We gotta sell the Yodigan data. $10 cryo. What a fucking ripoff. There we go. I wipe my ass with 10 cryo, okay? Maybe I had 180, right? 260 minutes. Okay, gotcha. Emphas. Can I please have some food? Thanks, bro. Alright, we can head through. What are we supposed to be working on here? I guess we could get more spores. I don't know. Mushroom grows. We got 2 cycles left on that. Self-sustaining community. Energy for that. The waste, which is just scrap, correct? Yeah. Okay. And then climbing briar, which is later on. So, for now, let us let's take that back. We might re-roll that, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, 2 spores. Yeah. Okay. Just Gorall caps, okay. Give me something else. Dude, what the hell? Oh my god, you stingy little bastard. Give me something other than that. Is that all we get? Am I fucking doing this wrong? Hold on. 2 growth spores. I swear. I swear you're supposed to be able to get more than just that. I can't even do anything with it. That's like the worst part. I can feed myself, I guess, which is nice. I don't have to spend any money, but... Okay. And that cycle... I think we should... We only have one left, right? Ooh, those are terrible. Alright, let's go to the Bonteon. The Bonteon. We'll call it the Bonteon. Hey, baby. Let's get that energy back up. Grazie. We got 3 more cycles for that, which is good money, so we'll be solid there. Neighbor tea house. 2 more cycles for that. I don't know what to spend our dice on. We could just get hella money. So this is done in 1 more go. What if we did... We could play Tavla or whatever. Okay. 24 cryo. I mean, it's good money. No, let's just keep it going. What's better money is more food that we don't have to pay for, and potentially more matsutakes. So let's go ahead and try to get these. Maybe the only thing they offer is Squirrel caps now. I could be wrong. This is maybe where you get the different kinds. I could be totally wrong. Endure. 100% positive. Scrap components. There you go. There you go. Head back over. We can do Yadigan or Haven Age. I think these ones might take like... Yeah. We can do Yadigan for sure. I'm gonna save them because, I don't know, something in my brain is telling me that we might need them for this Rabia and Sabine deal that's going on right now. And the cycle, and the cycle. Alright, let's go check out our investment. We got fucking scammed, didn't we? Hey. A quiet voice greets you as you leave. Sleeper, it's me. Do I know you? Moritz. He pauses. I work for Bliss. He rubs the back of his head. You are not an easy person to find. I move around. Moritz holds up his hands. Hey, no judgment, it's cool. You both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. So, Oh, yeah. Well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. He nods sagely. I'll be right there. Nice, yeah. Moritz stands there for a little while, unsure if the message is delivered. I've got it. Cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know? He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. See you, Sleeper. Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking at a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's Bay, then. Yeah. Ooh, okay, so Robbie is good. Let us go see what's good with Bliss. Ember's Wake. Okay. Four? Dude, hell yes, okay. Oh, what? Neutral outcome. Boo. Let's see if we can do more. Cool. Let's get her done. As you both wait in the airlock for it to cycle back to the bay, Bliss thumps you on the arm. Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract, no problem. She stretches. Once we're back in the bay, we can check if the payment has come through and divide it up. She stretches. Feels good. The airlock clunks and the lights flicker, and a moment later you are back in the bay, where Moritz is at the racks, trying to figure out where the mess of tools Bliss left in her wake should be hung. Hey, Moritz. Moritz looks over his shoulder. Sleeper. He spins a wrench in his hand. Looked like clean work out there. He nods respectfully. You look over at Bliss, who is already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've ever met moves as well in zero-G as she does. It's like she was born into it. Shit! Bliss slams a fist onto the console. Shit. Look over at Moritz. Moritz raises his eyebrows but stays quiet. He doesn't want to get involved. Bliss calls you over. Look at this. Just look. She spins the terminal screen and you see the details for the bay's account. You see an entry for the Ember's Wake, a repair fee paid in full the moment you finished up the job, but then directly after, the whole amount was transferred back out into an unknown account. What the hell? This is the work of my ex. She punches the terminal. He must have coded a backdoor into the machine before he left. She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can. She pauses, thinking. Moritz, throw me that wrench. What's that for? Moritz spins the wrench across the bay. Bliss smiles. This. Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal, hard. You flinch backwards as a hail of computer parts spill up into the bay in a glittering arc, fragments of screen, memory, sections of the casing. When Bliss is done, she clips the wrench to her tool belt. Try backdooring your way into that, you shit. Moritz drifts out from his hiding place among the racks. Bliss, he says tentatively. You want me to... He looks at the arc of fragments drifting around the bay nervously. Bliss shakes her head. No, she sighs. I've got it. You go get me a new terminal, cheapest you can find. Cobble one together from pieces at the Ord Exchange if you have to. Bliss. She looks over at you. I'm good now. Bliss glides over to a panel by the wall. Don't worry, one of the first things I had installed when we spec'd this place out was a cleaning sweep. She flicks over a plastic cover on a huge red button. Watch yourself. She hammers the button and a row of laser emitters unfold from the bay wall. They start crawling their way across the work area, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. It's that or just space the whole bay every few cycles. You okay? Not really. She stares at the sweep panel. Just don't seem able to extricate myself from this shit, no matter how hard I try. The cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Moritz gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She flicks a nearby piece of debris into the path of the sweep. Clean break. Then we take another contract. That's it. She shuts off the sweep as it reaches the near end of the bay. You don't want the cryo back? Oh, I want it, but it's gone. He could have transferred it anywhere. She looks out across the hub. And even if I knew where he was, the last thing I want is to ever see him again. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you worked for this too, but next time won't be the same. That's okay. She smiles. See you in a few cycles. Moritz will let you know. She winks and kicks off into the bay to finish cleaning up. Girl, you better get my damn money. You better get my damn money. Alright, let's see what these two need. As you enter Rabia's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? You push open the door. Sleeper, what good timing. Rabia calls out as you enter. I wanted to introduce you to someone. The man is standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Rabia. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Sleeper? He nods. Been hearing good things from Rabia. He smiles an easy smile. Rabia? Rabia cuts in. The Sleeper has been running patrols in the ward. They know how we run things. Yannick raises an eyebrow, his eyes concealed behind tinted glasses. You feel his stare, even if you cannot see it. Actually, Rabia places a hand on your shoulder. The Sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block has proven more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Robbie. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them. He suddenly decides. Rabia smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately. Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. You eager to work, Sleeper? What kind of work? A question. Yannick lowers his head and raises it again as if he dropped something. Nothing new for you, he answers, not quite looking at you. You don't follow. What is he saying? That concludes it. Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabia a confused look. Rabia finally glances at you for a moment, but it is so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Jan. Oh. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Robbie, he says. Now please, he says, turning to face you. Okay, sorry, I got so confused there for a second. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Rabia away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Rabia, but she is in deep conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. I got it. I know what's up. Expose Yannick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yannick's ward. What can I do here? I want my mushrooms. I want them. Please be Matsutake's. Oh, okay, so this was how you do it then. 100% positive. Nice. Okay, there we go. Alright, bro. Hand you those. I get my 80 back. There we go. Got 2 cycles left on that. We go to the Banteon. Grill up some Goral mushrooms. And we can get mushrooms growing immediately after we pick all these. Dude, we're good. Good to go. Back to our apartment. Feed the kitty. Cute. Oh wait, do we still have more to do? Complete active scenes. Oh, did that grow? Oh shit, it did. Okay, right on. Rico has something in her hands when you enter the lab. It looks like a knotted twist of woody stems, a ring about the circumference of a human head, consisting of a single stalk at one side and a branched, woven network at the other. As you approach, she holds it up, and in the lights of the lab, it looks like a crown. Rico finishes your thought. She smiles and shakes her head in disbelief. Is that what grew? It is. I came to the plant this morning, and this loop was all that was there. She points to a lump on the edge of the ring. The seed grew right back into itself, twisted up out of the soil. That being you encountered, in the cloud, as you call it, was it wearing one of these? She eyes you suspiciously, still unsure if she is somehow embroiled in an overlong prank. It didn't have it, did it? If we're lying or not. I don't think it did. She sighs. I suppose that would be too easy. She smiles to herself. A root crown. She places the object on the bench and shuffles to her analysis terminal, her face lit by its amber light in the dim corner of the lab. Well, it isn't exactly a plant anyway. Not from what I can tell. She gives you a serious look. No leaves, no chloroplasts. Just a series of filaments encased in cellulose walls. Filaments? See, that's why I like you, Sleeper. You are so good at spotting the unusual details. She beckons you over. Look at this. You see a cross-section scan of the crown, its layers of plant-like structure on full view, until you reach the center. There, instead of xylem and phloem, for transporting nutrients, something branched and woven glints. Metal? In part, yes. They seem to contain metal, perhaps absorbed from the station itself. She leans closer to the screen. But you see those branches? They remind me of dendrites, of neurons. She rubs her eyes, which is frankly ridiculous. You look back at the crown on the table as Rico fusses over the scans, and you suddenly realize what it reminds you of. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. Then you remember the crown they fitted you with, the branching structure of wires and pads. No, not a crown. They called it an interface. The tool of your emulation. Your transference from neurons to electrons. An interface. That is your gift from Gardner. You turn back to Rico. It's an interface. Rico looks at you, puzzled. Something clicks in her mind. Perhaps something she heard from the sleeper she had helped all those cycles ago. She starts talking, partly to you, partly to herself. If the club heads were made for you, then this, too, could be made for you. For your frame. She shuffles over quickly to the interface, a word that has stuck to this strange branched object quickly in your mind. You are right. That entity. It is the entity I've been looking for. She shuffles quickly to the crown. They are the entity which is controlling the Greenway, which has been maintaining it, supporting it, has been guiding it for all these decades. She stops to catch her breath. They want to talk with you. Rico leads you to a seat. I will be here, Sleeper. If something happens, if you wish me to remove the crown, the interface, just squeeze. She grips your hand tightly. You meet her eyes, clouded with age, but bright with the thrill of new discoveries. Then she places the interface on your head, and everything blanks out. Back into the river, back into the dark flow, but something is different now. You are no longer pushed, no longer blocked and buffeted by the storm. Instead, it flows around you. You move, and it parts, letting you pass. Something else resists, but it gives easily enough. You look back and see your body. You have left it behind. Somewhere Rico's voice is talking to you, asking you questions. It is excited, eager, desperate to know what lies on the other side, what the entity has to say to you. You realize how long she has waited for this moment, for the moment of meeting between the inhabitants of the Greenway and its protector, and yet she is still on the outside. You shake off the sadness. You will be her eyes. Then you see the figure, Gardner, out in the storm, planting. It takes less than a moment to reach them. You have never felt so free. This is how Navigator must have felt, released from their prison. This, you think, is what it feels to be in the place you were built to inhabit. Gardner does not turn at your approach. They go on planting, but their voice whispers in the waters like a sharply rising current. You grew the gift. Good. I am glad. I wanted to meet you. Then we are the same. Both eager shoots seeking one another. How does it feel to be free of your seed? They stoop to plant again. My seed? That in which you were contained, from which you will grow. There was some disagreement, continues Gardner, as if you were picking up on a long-held conversation. With the others, they felt you were a danger, but they are always cautious, especially the fungi. They like old loam, known knowns, wide and stable networks. The fungi were cautious? Mostly, yes. Although there are many among their number who favor short growth cycles, thick nutrient veins, and sudden shifts. He gestures out into the storm, and though you cannot see them, you feel presences all around, sensing this audience with great interest. After all, they understood that it was I who made their crowns, and without them, they would not have joined the chorus. So, they see that it is only fair that you get your chance to join too. You made more crowns? I made them all. Gardner moves away a little, looking for another planting spot. It was so lonely here, but before long I found them and began to let them in. Gardner stoops again. We are millions, and we grow. I hope you understand. I am unused to speaking to your kind. It has been Many cycles since my last conversation. I think it was with Chief Executive Trellick himself. You look around and you see it. Every growing thing, every non-human being in the Greenway is here. They are networked, connected, branched, and linked by this strange being, this artifact of the old station. The impossible dream of a senile farm administration AI. A living network. You could dissolve here, you realize, free of that decaying body. You wouldn't need to be a person. Why would you? Among all these other minds. You turn away from Gardner for a moment and look back at your body. A tiny, hairline thread connects you to it. You hear Rico's voice again, still asking, still checking in. Are you okay, Sleeper? What are they saying, Sleeper? Are you still there, Sleeper? Something in you sighs, a long sigh. A sigh that speaks of an exhaustion beyond tiredness. An exhaustion rooted deep inside you. It stems from the effort of answering questions, of answering problems, of getting up and breathing each cycle. But something else resists the sigh. A yearning, a sense of distance, a desire to squeeze that hand that holds you for its warmth, its blood, its complexity. To make a gesture that says, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm with you. The two ideas spin within you, making you nauseous. If you break that thread, you will be free. Free to dissolve here, to grow strange and beautiful among a million others. If you follow it, if you squeeze Rico's hand, you will wake back up, back in that dying body with all the pain and warmth that entails. Fuck off with this shit, dude. No, I don't want to make this decision. This is gonna be my only fucking chance to join this shit, too. Hold on. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Do it. I'm not gonna do it. Well, we're choosing mortality. Oh my god, it really won't be presented again. Dude, no. No, we can't. We can't. We have friends. No. No, hell no. We got Tala. I'm her cook. She's my fucking friend. Sabine, I maybe have to help her, and Rabia. I don't know. Rico is amazing. I can't leave her. I'm in a fucking I have a business partner now. Bliss and Moritz. I can't leave them. No, I'm not doing it. Pain and death. There's an end somewhere. But it's not this one. Your eyes track the thread across the whirling dark, back to your body. This choice, you realize, will not be presented again. You don't look back at Gardner. You don't dare risk it. Instead, you follow the thread, delicately, carefully, like a diver following their lifeline back to the surface. The river whirls around you, but it doesn't pull. It isn't jealous. Neither does it understand. It is, after all, just a river. It isn't a person, a flesh and blood person with wants, with desires, with the capacity for love and hate. It doesn't understand you, and you don't understand it. So you don't focus on it. You don't think about it. On what feels like such a long journey back through the dark. You set your mind on eyes instead, on hands, things you can focus on, hold on to. And then, after an age of crossing, you are there, settling back into the chair, into a body in a chair, and the overwhelming sensations that come with being a living thing with a rich and detailed sensorium. For a moment, you feel like you have made a terrible mistake. Who would choose this weight, this anxiety, this deep well at the center of existence? But then you feel it. Rico's hand, gripped hard around yours, trembling a little, sweating a little. Rico's hand with its brittle bones and crumpled skin. Rico's hand. My God. That is beautiful. And I'm gonna try not to tear up. But I love that. That is so fucking good. And in that moment, you understand why you made this choice. And then you squeeze Rico's hand, and you wake up. My God, I have like fucking chills over my entire body. Incredible. Amazing. Amazing. Incredible. Wow. Wow. We're gonna let this one play out. Dude. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to get that. Wait, what's this? Oh, wait, we can keep going? Okay, cool. Sleeper? Rico's voice comes wavering through the dark. Are you still with me? You sit up, the lab a bright green glare that fades as you gather yourself. I'm here. Rico smiles. Good. She squeezes your hand. I thought you'd left me here for a moment. What? She pauses. Who? She smiles. Tell me about it. Tell me everything. Tell her the truth. You tell Rico everything. You tell her about the gardener, that strange farm administrator AI that has grown to be so much more. About the chorus, that impossible configuration of network plants, and finally about the choice the gardener offered you. She listens attentively, but her responses are hard to read, and you wonder if she might have made a different decision had she been in your place. Thank you, Sleeper, for telling me. I know it isn't easy to say such things. People so often do not wish to hear strange truths. She looks away. And thank you for returning to me, though I know you had your own reasons. She squeezes your hand reassuringly. Something passes between you then, a kind of shared sadness for the impossible choice. the choice to escape your body or to stay and suffer it. Her smile is warm and generous, and whatever the wisdom of your choice, you are glad to feel welcome in this moment, in this place. Then suddenly, she stands and walks a little away, as if trying to escape an unpleasant thought. You worry that she knows all too well what it takes to make a choice like you did. Rico sighs. So, Sleeper, do you plan to stay in the commune with us? I plan to. I'm glad to hear it. Rico crosses back over to you and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Haifa needs new blood if it wants to survive. And, she squeezes, you are a good friend. The feeling is mutual. Well, don't let me keep you. Rico waves you away and limps back to her terminal. As she does, you notice the crown in her hand. She places it on the bench with great care. You can't help but feel a little curious about what she intends to do with it. Then you are out, breathing the air of the greenway, fresh as a spring morning. The dappled light makes a patchwork of the greening landscape, and you walk into it, sensing the movements of the gardener's chorus all around. And you are glad to be here, in this strange and beautiful place, a little longer. Oh, and that is that for Rico. Wow, dude. Wow. That was an intense episode. Good God. That choice? Fuck that, man. That's so brutal. That's rough. Having to decide to make that. Oh, boy. Alright, let's end the cycle. And I think that's where we're going to call this episode done. So let us heal up real quick. We got hella scrap. And yeah, I will see you next time on Citizen Sleeper. All right, take it easy, y'all.